What is going on, everyone? My name is Boit, and I am back with some more Age of Mythology, the Titans action, spawning in the right side of the map, in the blue color, playing as Thor. His name is Brickhead, he's from the DoD clan, his opponent today. In the red color, playing as Oranos, his name is More Champion. The map is what looks like Alfheim. Yes, Alfheim. The map is Alfheim. Oh, good. And this is the first match in a best of 3 between More Champion and Brickhead in the RTS-Sanctuary Christmas Tournament knockout stages. The winner of this game goes through to the semi-finals. And that's where things get very interesting. So Moore's been playing very well. Managed to take out Scardy in his last game, and now he's up against the Titan that is Brickhead. Brickhead's a Thor expert. So what that means is there's no Thor player out there that does not look at this guy's recorded games to see how to play Thor. So if you're interested, this game to look at. Thor versus Oranos has never been an easy matchup for the Thor player, simply because of how much pressure Oranos can put on in the early game. The early game is where Norse struggles. At the very start, when you hit that classical age, from then on, you need to basically play catch up. And we'll see if Brickhead can work out how to do that and show us how to do that in the meantime, or if Moore can come out on top in this game. I expect to see essentially Moore just go for that standard 4 minutes 30-second advance time. There's no real reason he shouldn't. He's moving forward to a very forward deer here. He's going to get spotted by the Skraeling. There's not much that he can do with that Skraeling though. Next village is going to go to gold. It's going to get a mana, and then he's going to put the rest of his villages onto food, and grab his temple as soon as he has the gold for it, and then advance to that classical age. Grab 1 barracks, grab 1 counter barracks, and grab 1 temple with Prometheans getting produced. We do see some of those gatherers moving forward to this location here. I like this play by Brickhead. Brickhead's taking advantage of the fact that there's only 1 citizen here. He's going to move forward, and he's going to surround this villager and attempt to kill him. So if we jump over to Moore's perspective, we hit that fog of war, he's not going to see anything until now. These villagers are going to move in, and they're going to be attempting to kill off this gatherer as soon as possible, and Moore's going to be retreating straight away, like he should. I think that was very aggressive play there by Moore, and Brickhead got lucky by spotting it. Is Moore just going to move over to this location here now? He's definitely just going to move over here, and he's going to start gathering for those. There's some bear over here, but they're probably not going to get grabbed, and there's some more of those caribou over here. So essentially, it looks like Brickhead gets lucky and gets the deer, but gets unlucky on his caribou spawn, and Moore's just going to get all the hunt, and it's going to be very difficult for Brickhead to do well in this game with such little hunt. However, Brickhead's very good at playing with dwarves and managing to survive that kind of situation there. We do see that the Skraeling has spotted that Oracle. One thing you should realize, the Skraeling is an Ulfsark. The reason why Voobly Balance Patch has put in the Skraeling instead of the Ulfsark for your spawning Ulfsark is so that you can Alt-S it. You want to be able to Alt-S the Ulfsark so that he can't get distracted by scouts when you build a dock or anything like a house. If you get spotted, he can still get that house up while taking damage, like a villager can. So it's a really nice change there. There was some issues with allowing that on all Ulfsark, so this is the compromise that the Balance Patch team made. You do see that this location is going to be cleared up soon, and Moore's going to be grabbing that temple almost in that classical age, just getting that food income to spike there by putting a couple extra villages on food. Then Prometheus is the god of choice. Brickhead just about to hit that classical age himself. He's grabbing that second Ulfsark, which I like to see. That temple's going to be going up, and he's probably going to be going through Freya. However, maybe there isn't. There could be some sort of reasoning to go a different god. Oh, no, he's staying in the arcade cage to get that extra dwarf out. Not sure about that. Not sure if that's a wise decision, because now he's going to be taking a lot of heat on this gold mine. This gold mine is going to be taking a lot of heat, and we do see that Freya is the god of choice. He could have gone through the troll god for Seti. However, Freya, generally speaking, the one you want to go, gives you access to that Valkyrie, which allows you to put a lot of rating pressure on your opponent, as opposed to the troll god. You know, I just forgot the name of it. My brain's gone. Forseti. Forseti is the name of it. That was weird. Alrighty, so if you go with Forseti, you get access to Hall of Thanes, which means you can deal with Prometheans very easily because you get Hall of Thanes. But if you go through Freya, you have access to putting some real pressure onto your opponent's economy. We do see that the bears are getting hunted. Thor's got that nice special upgrade of Pick Sticker, which means you can deal with those bears straight away. We do see 1 counter barracks and 1 barracks going up, 4 more. He's got that Promethean coming out already. If you jump over to Moore's perspective, he's producing auto-queued Prometheans at this point, and he's going to be moving this Promethean forward in order to attempt to pick off this location here. The Hersa already going to be having an answer to that Promethean, even if he's not in the classic ledge just yet. And we do see that Freya does come through. The Scrambler is going to be moving back. You see a house going up there. Nice wall there coming up for Brickhead. Brickhead's going to be chucking down some of those long houses right about now. If you jump over to his perspective, we do see he's got enough resources to start producing those. He's going to be attempting to wall in his gold mine here. So you chuck up barracks here, and then a wall over here, or a house or 2 over here. And the only way that more can come in is through this location, which is a nice choke point right through the tower fire, and it's going to be totally fine there to be defending against this gold mine. If you ever got an exposed gold mine or a forward gold mine like Brickhead does, try and get your try and get your buildings to create a wall instead of simply just walling it. Buildings are very, very strong defensive units there. Well, buildings, I guess, not units. We do see that that Valor is going to get produced. Gets that Valor onto 2 Murmillos and 1 Termite. So you should keep those back in the base in order to defend against this. We do see that the Valkyrie does come in now. Has spotted the citizen. There isn't a house over here. So the Valkyrie should simply just be attempting to pick off this this citizen here. We do see that that mana is going up now. He's going to go up with plenty of time to spare. Going to send 1 Murmillo over here, 1 Murmillo hero over here to send this Valkyrie away, and then the citizen's just going to garrison into that mana, and he's going to be totally fine. Actually, not even going to be garrisoning into that. Ooh, nice forest fire there. That's going to be picking off the mana as well. I don't think that repairing that's going to be enough. We do see that a little bit of a move in over here. Is this mana going to fall? Looks like the mana is definitely going to fall, even with that being repaired there. So the mana does fall. Really nice play there. That citizen's also going to fall. Super huge win there for Brickhead. Picking off 1 citizen this early generally never happens, and we do see that the army of War Champion are going to be picking off some of those raiding cavalry, or at least doing some damage there. They need to get back without losing their life, so the Valkyrie can come back and heal them up. Does manage to pick off 1 of those raiding cavalry, and we're going to see that these units are going to be moving in now to be putting some pressure onto that gold mine. We do see 10 wars already on gold for Brickhead. Finally, some raiding cavalry coming out. We've got 3 military barracks worth of units here, 2 throwing axemen and 1 raiding cavalry are coming out at this point. These throwing axemen are going to be attempting to pick off the Murmillo, whereas the raiding cavalry are going to pick off the Terma, and vice versa. Murmillo are going to be picking off the raiding cavalry. We do see this fight's going very, very well. Nice micro here by Brickhead, getting those units into the right spot. We do see the Terma are picking off those throwing axemen really, really quickly. They deal so much damage because they get that bonus damage against throwing axemen. Throwing axemen have basically no HP. All of these units are falling now, and this fight going very well. I actually have no idea who this fight is in favor of at this point. The Valkyrie has managed to avoid any of those hits by the heroes. Trying to get that Murmillo hero to get into range of the tower fire. We do see that it has managed to happen. Brickhead's going to have to retreat now. Maybe even thinking about getting that sentry tower upgrade, get watchtowers in order to defend against this little push in here. But sitting under the tower fire is going to be a little bit too much. No real threat by arrows here. With all those Murmillo, not going to be really able to move in here just yet. Really nice defensive play here by Brickhead at this point. More Champion going to be moving in again, going to be attempting to pick off this longhouse, which he should be doing. Going to be taking some damage by those throwing axemen. Does manage to pick off 1 Murmillo there for Brickhead, as the rest of those Murmillo get pulled back. If he picks off this longhouse, it's going to be difficult for Brickhead to continue to produce units at a significant rate. We do see that Watchtower has been produced there, and this barracks may fall. However, there is a Watchtower here that's going to be able to deal a significant amount of damage to Murmillo here, and we do see that this fight's going very, very nicely now for Brickhead. Brickhead's moving some of those raiding cavalry into those Terma, and those throwing axemen dealing a significant amount of damage, more having to retreat out of here. He is trying to jockey back and forth here, trying to get into the position he likes to fight. However, when that happens, Brickhead just retreats back, and the Watchtower dealing more and more damage to More Champion. That throwing axeman does fall there, and this is just an interesting fight here. So what Moore's doing is he's trying to get that constant pressure that you see by Oranos. You put the constant pressure onto your opponent, and your economy just keeps on getting bigger and bigger. You manage to get to the heroic age before your opponent. Once this gold mine expires, though, that's where this fight is going to get interesting. So Moore wants to keep the unit count of Brickhead down. He wants to keep it very low. So if he keeps it fighting, then he can basically cause the fight onto this gold mine or this gold mine. However, it looks like Brickhead's managed to stop that constant fighting. He's going to be getting some more houses up. He's finally hit that 75 population. More champions sitting at 83 population. So that's nice for him. So he's a little bit further ahead than Brickhead, but Brickhead's going to catch up. Brickhead's sitting just a little bit behind. He's grabbing that medium cavalry upgrade, which makes your raiding cavalry so much stronger. They do so well when they get that medium cavalry upgrade. It's very, very strong. And they're going to move in now, attempt to pick off these medium, not even medium, medium Murmillos. So they're doing well. So he's keeping the units in the base of Brickhead. So Brickhead knows that basically if he wins the fight on his second gold mine, he's going to come out ahead on the economy because he's not taken any economic damage. Moore has taken a little bit of economic damage. So he's going to be ahead if he can get that gold mine by winning that fight. So Moore is simply going, I just need to go all in at this point. If I can get 115 population at that 10-minute mark, when this gold mine expires, it's essentially right on that 10-minute mark. Don't want to fight just yet. No, why are you doing this? Don't fight. This is a huge surround here by Brickhead. This is forcing the fight. Need to cast that shockwave onto this location. Huge shockwave there. Going to be picking off all of these throwing axemen. Does so well. Valor goes down. All of these medium cavalry going to be picking off all of those medium Terma though. Get those Murmillo to get targeted by the throwing axemen. Brickhead's army of dwarves going to be moving in now. All of these Terma are going to get surrounded as well. A bunch of these Murmillo doing so much damage. However, Brickhead's got so many units at this point, coming out super far ahead with that surround. That shockwave essentially doing nothing. Brickhead taking that fight, taking his gold mine like he deserves it. Now the fight is going to happen on the gold mine of Moore Champion. This is how it happens. If you don't get that win, then the fight changes and you need to secure your own gold mine. So Moore Champion's going to be moving forward. He's going to take all of these villages and move forward onto this large gold mine. However, fight's still trying to go on here. We do see some of those catapults coming out at this point in order to deal with all of those raiding cavalry. Catapults very, very strong against the raiding cavalry, which makes me wonder why you even make Murmillo in this matchup, simply because catapults are so strong. However, they have 34 hack armor. As opposed to, they both have the same hack armor, so the throwing axemen actually don't have that much of a better time against catapults. Anyways, we do see that these infantry are moving in and trying to pick off what they can. We do see the cavalry are trying to pick off everything else. More and more units are coming in for Brickhead. More champions sitting at the same population. So he does have the same population, so he might be able to come out ahead in this fight. We do see that these Terma moving in even further, attempting to pick off all of these throwing axemen. We do see some of those catapults doing significant amounts of damage to those raiding cavalry. All of those Hersa are still doing a bunch of damage. But it looks like there's just too many units here for Brickhead. Brickhead's defense just a little bit too strong there for Moore. Moore just maybe using this time to be trying to gather all this gold, but Brickhead's coming out ahead. Always sort of in the same position, not ready to be moving out just yet, sitting only at the 76 population. Only really able to build the throwing axemen at this point because he's run out of food. Needs to transition into farms and get those husbandry upgrades, get those plow upgrades, get that food income coming, as well as the same thing for Moore Champion at this point. He's going to be moving out onto this location though, so he still has a bunch of food left, so he can continue to produce those catapults that he really likes producing, as well as the Terma. You see that this raid tried to move in here, but he's going to get rejected there. Move those Terma out of the location that they're in. We do see that raiding cavalry moving in at this point, trying to be finding some of those villages to get picked off. We have a bunch of Murmillo and catapults sitting here though, so no real damage going to be falling there. Potentially though, Brickhead might move in onto this location. He does know that this is getting hunted or has been getting hunted. If you highlight that, you can see there's no HP bar, as opposed to if we jump over to Moore's perspective, you can see there's a HP bar. So that's a little trick you can use there to see if there's a hunt that's been gathered or not. It's a little bit of an exploit, but it's totally fair game. And we do see that Brickhead's going to be retreating back and totally fine for more, not taking any damage there. No second town center up for either player yet, which is a little bit confusing. I'd expect to see that second town center going up. That being said though, Moore doesn't really have a town center which protects a gold mine. We do see that these termite doing a little bit of damage here, but defensively Brickhead's doing fine. Might want to chuck up a wall here and a wall here just to be completely fine there. The units of Moore protecting his base from these medium raiders as well. So both of these units chasing each other, managed to pick off one of those terma. However, that's going to be that. And we're going to have a little bit of a town center grabbing here by Moore champion. No town center just yet for Brickhead. Brickhead's probably going to want to go to that heroic age instead of grabbing the second town center, I assume. That being said, what do I know? Does he have that shaft mine? No shaft mine just yet. Just going to be producing units as much as he possibly can. A bunch of these throwing axemen are coming up, as well as these dwarves moving around and seeing what they can do. We see some idle medium raiders here. Take a little bit break from the action. See some of these units moving in, getting spotted yet again. I'm not sure why Moore keeps doing this. I feel like Brickhead knows that this is happening, and it's just kind of not going to be doing too much. We just see a wall coming up here for Moore champion, potentially just trying to create a pathway for his villagers to move away from that gold mine. If he finishes this wall, then he can use it to retreat through and keep his units alive. You see the town center and a farm getting queued up there by Moore. Brickhead also moving on over to this location. Going to be taking some damage from that termite. If you just get all these throwing axemen to pick it off, it's going to be fine. However, it looks like this termite could actually pick off every single one of those throwing axemen just by himself by doing this. So he needs to react to that. We can see another watchtower coming up, or two, as this army's coming in. Once he sees that with the wall, he's totally going to be fine. We see that the medium raiders do move in and pick off that throwing axeman as some Prometheans coming in though. So Moore trying to defend against this town center, or trying to prevent this town center from going up as Moore's getting his own town center. Essentially, this is going to actually prevent it from going up, as the units moving in now. We just see Shield Maiden Valkyries moving in, picking off all these Prometheans, and the medium raid is going to be fine to pick off the rest of these units here. We do see that a little bit more units moving in, but this town center should come up before these units come in, or even if they do move over, I think that this fight is going to go in the favor of Brickhead, potentially. Actually, maybe not. These units are sitting over here defending the gold mine, so there's enough of the infantry units of Moore champion to move in and pick off all of these units here. So if he can manage to pick off these throwing axemen, which he's going to be able to do, we do see these throwing axemen moving back. It's only got 2 units here. We do see that the Valor does get cast, and Brickhead's going to have to move back as Moore champion gets that second town center, getting that little bit of advantage there. We do see a bunch of these villages going to get picked off. Not sure why he's not chopping wood over here. Chopping wood over here is very dangerous. You see all of these medium termite are picking off these villages as the units are moving backwards. You see that the throwing axemen moving in now, going to be enough to surround these units. Moore needs to get out of here before this surround happens, otherwise he's going to have to fight this thing, and he does not want to fight that fight. Going to be moving out there. Nice reaction there by Moore champion. Going to be totally fine now for Brickhead to grab this town center. A little bit later than he wanted. He is going through Skadi though. Moore champion on the other hand also going through Thea. So both people picking up their heroic gods at the same time. Really nice for both players there, playing very, very nicely. I think Moore's got a little bit too much wood on his hands at the moment, but potentially is using that for farms here once these town centers go up. Generally, you want to be transitioning those villages off of wood onto farms at this point so that you can produce more and more of those infantry units. We do see that Brickhead's moving in, trying to think about grabbing this third town center as Moore's grabbing his own third town center. We do see that Brickhead is now trying to push that one up. These Shield Maiden Valkyries need to be over here in order to fight this location here. Bunch of idle units here as well. I'm not sure why he's even got 4 throwing axemen fighting here. Just get these guys to pick off all of the infantry. We do see that Sky is going to come in, so he could potentially just use Frost here to get this location and pick off all of these units as well. However, potentially not the right choice there. We are seeing some of those. Oh, Hesperid's Tree does get cast. We're not seeing any of those Frost Giants getting produced just yet for Brickhead. Brickhead's just kind of going a little bit all in on getting this town center up. Instead of fighting, he wants to get it up. If he gets it up, then, which it looks like he's probably going to be able to, Shockwave does get cast just to slow this one down. Frost is going down. Not really a waste. To get the town center up, he can wall in this location, wall in this location, wall in this location, and he's going to be totally fine there to kill off all of these units. However, it looks like he's not going to be doing that. We do see that Stymphalian Birds are coming out. Stymphalian Birds, such strong units against Norse. Forces Norse to get that upgrade against against flying units, which he doesn't have it just yet. So we are seeing a little bit of a raid here, but with all these dryads and units over here, this is not going to be all too much. He's going to spot how much gold is left on this gold mine. Does notice it's only 2,000 gold and going to be retreating back out of there. However, probably going to lose all of these raiding cavalry as all of these units are falling here for Brickhead. Frosty is a really strong god power, super underrated. It gives your opponent's units a 99 pierce armor, but they can't fight back, so it doesn't matter if you're basically taking 1 damage a hit if they still just all die after like a couple of seconds. See, all of those units basically died over here, and a bunch of units died over here. We just see a market up for Brickhead. War Champion, on the other hand, not having that much gold income at this point. He has got max villagers though, so if he can get that gold income, get to that Mythic age, go through Hecate, put a lot of pressure onto what Brickhead's doing. But Brickhead himself can probably just go to the Mythic age himself. He's got such strong economy at this point, producing so many of those so many of those villages, so civilian units. They can be used for Balder. Balder's so strong against Atlantean, because Chiroballista are the answer. And Chiroballista just aren't that good against speedy infantry units that deal a significant amount of damage. That being said though, looks like Brickhead's going to have to transition now. Going to have to move over onto this gold mine. Potentially a hill fort should be produced here, but looks like Brickhead's just concerned about getting to that Mythic age. He could just sell off a bunch of that. He is selling off that wood. He's going to sell off all that wood, and then he's going to be clicking that Mythic age. Going through Balder. Going to see some of that Ragnarok action. Going to be using that to pick off gold mines and gold stars essentially, which is what you want to do with Balder. You don't want to go for town centers. I see a lot of new players trying to use this floor play with Balder and go for town centers. But if you can gold starve with Balder, you win the game. It's not easy, but it's the right choice. And if you can do it, it's going to be really, really big. We are seeing a little bit of a push in here by More Champion. More Champion not yet looking to go to that Mythic age. It looks like he wants to stay in that heroic age and see what he can do. We are moving those villages away, trying to keep those guys alive. Every villager you lose is a significant loss, because that's a 1 Ragnarok hero less than you would have had. We are seeing this units moving in here. Heavy Terma are all up in this grill here, picking off all of those throwing axemen, and the fight is probably not in the favor of More Champion at all, with these medium throwing axemen getting so strong. Jump over to the army of Brickhead. We should be seeing a bunch of those armory upgrades coming through. We are seeing copper weapons and bronze shields. Seeing the heavy archer count there is going to be so obvious. You want to get those pierce armors. As soon as someone gets heavy in one of the 2 categories, you know that's what they're trying to produce the most of. Because that's what they have in excess resources of. We are seeing those throwing axemen attempting to pick off that Stymphalian bird. Do they have that upgrade? They do have that air unit upgrade in order to deal a significant amount of damage. How much does it do? It's a 200% bonus against flying units, so they do get picked off very, very quickly. As we can see, those throwing axemen deal so much damage. Such a nice upgrade there for Norse to deal with those Stymphalian birds. We do see that Balder has come through now. Gonna cast that one, I assume, straight away. Nope. That's interesting. He casts the bell in order to gather all of the food he can, and then he's going to cast that Ragnarok. What you do when you cast Ragnarok is you shift click on the idle military banner and click where you want the units to go, and that's the easiest way to move your Ragnarok heroes as soon as possible. And he's going to be moving those forward, going to be chucking them straight onto this gold mine, going to be taking out this location, then take out this location, potentially send some up to this here. He does not know that there's no gold mines here. He has seen there's no gold here, and he's going to be fighting these units here. Is that what he's doing? He's going to be trying to fight over here. He's going to be moving his army over onto this location. He's going to be picking off all of these villages. We do see a fire giant moving in as well. Brickhead, you should probably get your fire giant to be produced at this point. So you get the more favor. It's just a little bit of a micro trick there. If you can spend the favor, you get the more favor than 100 favor, essentially. All of those units there falling for More Champion, and More Champion decides to tap out. Says GG. Too many units there with that Ragnarok, picking off the gold mines with only 4 gold mines there by More Champion. Losing this town center and losing this palace means he's not going to be able to gather gold from here, and he's going to basically not be able to defend against this. In order to defend against essentially defend against the Ragnarok as Atlantean, you need to preemptively build watchtowers. If you jump over to Moore's perspective, he does have 700 wood and 300 gold. And basically what you could do is not spend that resource on heavy archers, start jumping up those watchtowers, play really, really defensively, and then basically when your opponent uses Balder, you basically just have to attempt to hang on to your gold mine with a bunch of wall segments and try and defend against the huge army that they have with a bunch of watchtowers. It's essentially the only real answer they have. It's so strong. Anyways, Brickhead comes out with the win. Really well played. If you like this game, please rate, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell if you want to see my videos as soon as they come out. My name is Boit. I'm going to see you guys next time.